bare-faced and I thought we could do a little get ready with me today. I have been kind of looking over my old videos and seeing the ones that you guys have watched the most and what you've enjoyed the most, and my Glossier full face review is still to this day like one of my most popular videos. So I just kind of was thinking through it, I watched it, and my opinions have changed so much since I made that video. I made it sometime last year, it was like sometime in 2017. I've just had so much more time to play around with all of these products, and I've purchased more products, so I'm just so much more familiar with the brand as a whole, and on top of that, my opinions have just changed like crazy. So anyway, I just want to do a little bit of a get ready with me today. I will use an almost full face of Glossier. They don't have a mascara, they don't have an eyeliner. There's a couple other products they don't have, like a bronzer, but for the most part it'll be an almost entirely Glossier face. I'm gonna do makeup only. I'll save the skincare for another video. I definitely love their skincare products, but I could just spend a whole video yapping about that, so I will save that for another time. So anyway, I'm really sick of having this little bit of a bare face, so let's perk it up with some Glossier. Okay, I think I have all of my Glossier products out here. I always start with the priming moisturizer. I don't think my opinion has changed a ton about this product. I think it's solid. I haven't decided if I will repurchase it once I run out. It's a really lightweight moisturizer. I don't really think it necessarily helps my makeup last longer, but I do think that it just gives me like a good a good level of hydration to allow the makeup to sort of look smooth over the top. I like to do it as a first step because it sort of just gets my skin ready for makeup, and then I like to let my moisturizer sit while I do my eyes. I don't think I want to do anything too crazy with my eyes today, especially because we're doing sort of a Glossier like influenced situation today. I was in the Muni station in San Francisco literally yesterday on my way to a doctor's appointment, and I saw these two billboards in the Muni station for Glossier eyeshadow, and I almost like pooped in the middle of the Muni station. I was so excited about it. So they are coming out with eyeshadows. They're gonna be like little, they're gonna look like little vials, almost like little chemistry vials. It's gonna be called Lid Star. So I'm gonna use my Ride or Die, my Smashbox 24-hour eyeshadow primer, just because this prevents my lids from getting like oily. So even if I'm not really gonna do like a ton of shadow, sometimes I like to just do like a little layer of this. So the next step is going to be my foundation, which is going to be the Glossier Skin Tint. Thinking through what I maybe said in the last video, I think I was lukewarm on this. It's definitely grown on me, but that being said, I don't think it's one that I reach for on a daily basis, but I'm going to tell you why. I think it's the color. So I'm pretty pale, like I'm a pale face. I'm not pretending I'm tan by any means, but for some reason this leaves like a little bit of a white cast on my skin. So I actually think with my next Glossier order, whenever they launch Lid Star, I'm going to toss in the medium shade of this. This one is light, I think. Yeah, this is light. So I'm gonna toss in the medium shade of this. That way I can try out like a slightly warmer color, because I just feel like this sort of makes me look like a ghost. You'll see when I put it on, but I'm gonna use my little Real Techniques blending sponge that definitely needs a clean. And then this stuff I just will sort of dot over my face. It is very light, very watery. Admittedly, my sponge does soak up probably more of it than I want it to, but I don't really like applying with my hands. As you can see, I'm growing a couple pimples down there. I do not have high expectations for the skin tint to cover these, because it is just a skin tint. Honestly, I have really grown to like this on those days that I just sort of like want to let my skin be skin, you know? Okay guys, that's all I'm gonna do for the skin tint. As you can see, it just gave me like an all over wash of color, but the next product has really grown on me, especially since my last video, because I know I kind of was like lukewarm on it, but that would have to be the Glossier Stretch Concealer. So this has been an everyday use every single day for at least the last 4 months. The last video I did, I said that I had my Benefit Boing concealer and that I have that and it works just as well, so why would I switch? Okay, the truth is they're not the same at all. Like, it's not even a comparison. Benefit Boing is really amazing, but texturally it is very different. It's stiffer, it's got fuller coverage. That does sometimes mean it's not as blendable. So if I have something I really need to cover up, I'll still reach for Benefit Boing. But on an everyday, when I sort of just want that like natural, hydrated, plump sort of look with my concealer, this stuff, holy grail. So I've been using it literally day in, day out for the last couple months. You can see I've started to make a dent in it there, and I love to just take this with my fingers and put it under my eyes. Ugh, you can just see it like instantly hydrates and brightens. It doesn't give me that creasy look under the eyes either. I definitely have dark circles, so this just kind of brightens but doesn't necessarily cake up. I'm not gonna say it's like a miracle dark circle cover or a miracle pimple cover, but it just kind of gives me a little bit of coverage and a little bit bit of glow. Also got a couple blemishes down here. This concealer is so blendable. Okay, the next products, it kind of gets tricky with the order in which you should do things because there are a lot of cream-based products when it comes to Glossier. So the next product I want to talk about would be the cloud paints. I love the cloud paints. If you go back and watch my last video, I definitely used way too much. It exploded across the side of my face. But that being said, they are so creamy, so blendable. Even if you're not a cream blush lover, I think you could like these. I really do. They're a little bit easy, a little bit light. Even though they look super pigmented, they blend like a dream. So before I do powder, I'll go ahead and do my blush because it is cream and we don't want to do cream over a powder product. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and use Puff, which is my favorite color out of the 3 that I own. So I own Puff, I have Beam, which is a little bit more of a coral color, and then I would say probably their most popular, it's gotta be Dusk. This is sort of like a rosy tone. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this, little people, start light, and I'm dotting it on and then just blending out with my finger. I just love this shade. It's like this angelic baby pink color. Ugh, it's just so pretty. You can always build up, but less is more, is what I would say. Start with a little and then you can sort of blend to what you want. Okay, and then as I'm sitting here, my lips are feeling a little dry. So let's talk about the Glossier Balm.com. I have 2 here. I actually have 1 more in my nightstand. That is the rose scent. So here I have mint and I have coconut. Coconut is probably my favorite. They're just a really amazing, like all around balm. You can definitely use them like on your elbows or anywhere else, but I pretty much stick to the lips. Oh, it smells like a coconut princess. Ooh, love it. Okay, so now that I've got my blush on, I'm actually gonna go ahead with my face powder. So I wanna get some of that under the eyes to sort of set the concealer and then dust a light layer all around the face. So I'm gonna use the Glossier Wowder. I think that this product makes or breaks, not even breaks, it just makes. It literally makes this, like the makeup work for me. So like skin tint on its own, I don't think I've ever really liked skin tint on its own, but skin tint with the Wowder is like unbelievable. It gives you the perfect like demi matte sort of finish to your skin. It definitely doesn't add like a dryness, but it just sort of like sets everything in place. It's not completely sheer. You don't get like that white cast, nothing like that. So I'm in the shade light medium. Taking a big fluffy brush from Real Techniques for the majority of my face, but for under the eyes, I'm actually gonna reach for this smaller one right here, just to get right up in here. It's the only powder I use now. So with the Wowder, I now feel like I sort of have like a light to medium coverage, probably more leaning on medium, which I love. Like I love that you can sort of build these products up and get them to be the type of coverage you want. I don't think you're ever gonna get a full coverage out of Glossier, but I think that's okay. That's not really what their end goal is. Their end goal is skin first, makeup next. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and use a bronzer next. They don't make a bronzer, unfortunately, so I'm just gonna grab one of my all-time faves, which is the Too Faced Sweetie Pie bronzer. I just love the shade of this. I hope Glossier comes out with a bronzer because like everything else they make, I would immediately purchase that. I'm also gonna take a fluffy crease brush and run it into my crease just for a little bit of definition. Not a lot, baby girl, just a little bit. Okay guys, we're gonna do a little bit of highlighter next. The Glossier highlighters are the Haloscope highlighters. I mostly agree with my previous video on these. I felt a little bit frustrated by these because they're sort of hard in nature, which means that if you drag them across the skin, I feel like they sort of wipe away all of the makeup. I still think that, but I think that the glow that it gives outweighs how annoying it is that I can't swipe it onto the skin. So I do have 2 colors here. I have Quartz, which is sort of like more my skin tone, like glowy color, and then I also have Moonstone, which is like a white color. I'm not gonna use Moonstone, I'm gonna use Quartz today, and I just take it, ooh, I have the heat on in my apartment. It's definitely softened this up a little bit. So I'm just gonna dab that on the top of my cheekbone here. This is not like a sparkle factor. It's not gonna give me like a blinding situation. It's gonna give me a nice glow, which with my dry skin, I'm all about that glow. I will take that glow, honey. I will take that glow. You give me a product with a good glow, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna run done with it, I want my skin to glow like the moon reflecting on the Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? I like to make my nose look a little skinnier so that you think I have a skinny nose. I'm actually gonna take a little bit on top of my lid. All right, let's talk about a fave, boy brow. I do have my eyebrows microbladed, but microblading can sometimes, it just doesn't have the volume that your natural hair really has, right? Like you can see the strokes and it definitely adds fullness because it gives you that color, but sometimes I just want to see the hairs. And I think that's really in right now, to be able to have that fluffy brow. And that's what boy brow gives me. It adds the volume back into my brows. Ah yeah, baby. Nice fluffy brow. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyeliner and mascara really quick. Okay, so I would say that the wings turned out like a little bit bigger than I would have wanted, but you know when you kind of like start one side and then you go to the other and you make it too long and then you gotta go back and fix it, you know how it goes with eyeliner. The last step to this really quick, easy Glossier look will be their lipstick. So I actually have 4 shades of the Generation G lipsticks. As far as the formula goes of these, I like the formula. They're definitely a matte, but they're not a drying matte, which is really hard to find actually. So I appreciate the formula, but they're pretty brittle. So for example, my favorite shade is Cake, and like my Cake, you guys, WTF. It's my favorite shade, and like I don't know how I feel about that. So be aware that that can happen. So I have Cake, which is like this nude color here, and then I have Crush, which is like a little bit of a pink color. I like that they have the colors down here on the stickers. I also have Jam, which is sort of like a raspberry color, and then I also have Zip, which is a red lip, which is weird because I never wear a red lip. But what I love about these is they're sort of like popsicle stained lips. Like, you know when you eat like a nice red strawberry popsicle and it sort of gives you that beautiful like lip stain? That's these in a lipstick, which rocks. So I love that. I love that they're sort of easy that way. I don't use a liner. I just wish that it didn't freaking break in half like that. So I think we're gonna go ahead and use Crush today, which is like the light sort of like pinky like this. So this is Crush. And that is the look, guys. So that is my almost all Glossier look. The only things that I had to substitute in were the bronzer, the mascara, and the eyeliner. So I'm hoping that Glossier comes out with these items soon, that way I can have a full look going on. But I don't know, the brand has just, I've really warmed up to it. I have always liked the skincare. I've always felt good about the skincare, so I really need to do a video on that soon. But the makeup did take me a while. I think because I wasn't sure what to expect with it, and I also wasn't sure how to use it all. Kind of applying things with your fingers or having things be a little bit lighter, that's sort of a new concept for me. And they definitely have formulas that are, you know, unique to them and special. Cloud paint, I mean, nobody else has anything like cloud paint. There's cream blushes that come in like little canisters, right? Like your normal blush tins, but there's very few products on the market that are like a cloud paint. So their makeup is super unique. I've really enjoyed sort of getting to know the brand and getting to know how I like to wear the makeup. And I think that this has been, you know, such a great go-to look for me, especially as I'm getting ready for work in the morning. I just need something quick, something light, something natural, something easy, and I can just kind of look polished and put together but not feel like I have a ton of makeup on. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up so I know to make more videos like this for you. And if you liked this video and want to see more videos like this, I hope that you become part of my Bagel Babe family, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.